I've never been raped, so I don't know. I've never raped anyone, so I also don't know.
Allow me this hour, maybe next week, I will announce another man of God. But this hour, allow me to salute Prophet Uebert Angel.
I have nothing to say, but you know my mouth now. I don't have a problem, people can be guilty of all crimes that they can be guilty of. But don't tell me that somebody raped you when you were actually communicating with the person that, look, should we use a condom or no condom? What kind of rape case is that? Maybe there are other crimes, I'm not going to comment on it. I can only comment on one. You can't sit on the bed and say, should we? But you're about to sleep with me with no condom. Hi. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been raped, so I don't know. I've never raped anyone, so I also don't know. On earth, on this earth, and you are suddenly on the bed sitting and asking whether to use a condom or not. I'm not saying there's no rape case. I'm just saying, when you think of lying, lie nicely. Plan your lie.
In 2011, I owed a certain guy $1,000. It was a lot of money by that time. Bolo, please capture this. This is very important. This is history coming out. So don't miss a word. 2011, I owed a certain guy 1,000 years. Then the news came, there is a prophet that is coming from UK at Chitungwiza Unity Oil Grounds, visiting Prophet Makandiwa. The man of God was coming from UK. So when I heard UK, I saw money. I said, I'm going to church, and this man of God will give me the 1,000. I'll do whatever it takes, because I want to pay this money. So I went there. I was strategically positioning myself. I was not seated at any chair. If the prophet moves at the left, I would go to the left. Right at the middle there. If he goes to the right, I was holding my papers like this. If he goes to the right, I'll go to the right. From nowhere, he picked me by name. So when he picked me by name, I've told you this story before, right? When he picked me by name, I said, yes, Tazaraita. I picked my papers, I rushed there. Then he said, what? I said, yeah, man of God. Yeah, man of God. That's my name. I went on my knees, but I had one problem. My shoe, it had an opening. So I'm trying to hide that opening, but I'm kneeling down. In my mind, the man is going to give me money. He came to me. What does he say? He says, stand up. I said, okay. So if you're expecting money, when he said stand up, I was expecting now, so he's going to cash me the money. He looked at me straight into the eyes. And he said, you are a king. Realize yourself. You are a king. Go lead. You are a king. When he said that to me, people were shouting, yeah. In Daiti, King. That's what he said to me. You are a king. You are a king. Go and lead. Go and lead. And he spoke with a bit of authority. He said, go and lead. So the ushers moved me. And I went turning my back. Kuti asema profita aka. When I arrived home, my wife was still at work at Stanbic. When she arrived, the other words were, do you have a mirror in your house? Go and look at yourself at a mirror. There were a lot of words. When I arrived home, my wife hugged me and said, King. I said, King. Then she said to me, what do you lose? What do you lose if you just look at the mirror, as the man of God has said, and say to yourself, I'm a king? So in Unit L, home, there's a small mirror in the bathroom. So the first day when I passed through, looked at the mirror, I laughed. I said, I'm not king. I laughed. But it kept on ringing in my mind. Because my wife kept on saying, the man of God spoke, you are a king. So I had to speak to myself. I went quiet all these years until the last incident that happened in November, in October. The same prophet who gave me the prophecy in 2011 stood first before other prophets and spoke in confidence about my ministry. I don't know if he still remembers that God used him in 2011, but he spoke again in 2025 and said a lot on his pulpit. Allow me this hour, maybe next week I will announce another man of God, but this hour allow me to salute Prophet Uebert Angel. Man of God, I call him the first prophet. Why I call him the first prophet? Because on this southern region part, southern region part, he is the first man to introduce prophetic ministry. So I call him first prophet. God used you in 2011. God has used you now in 2025.